beginning, I just wanted to reflect on how my days, my mornings especially, are changing, are shifting, where I'm waking up earlier. Sometimes in the middle of the night, and sometimes I'll get up and actually channel. Sometimes I go back to sleep. But usually around 6 o'clock, I end up getting up. Sometimes I will feel like I start channeling right away for this month of December 2025. I am planning on starting with the Zero podcast by Courtney. First thing as I've done this morning. And then my body wanted to go back to sleep. And my mind wanted to go back to sleep. And as I was lying there with closed eyes, I could feel like the channeling coming through of like the grounding of like breathe deeply into your groin, into your heart space. And I was just like, okay, I'll get up and, make sure I'm presentable for screen and sharing. Not that I comb my hair or anything, I just put on clothes because I sleep naked. So I just decided like, okay, I guess we're going straight into channeled meditation, and just went right after the meditation. I think this morning is the Gayamoni meditation. It's an earth empowering embodiment practice meditation, and it's just after my meditation I feel so different. Like, even so I might still feel a little bit of the sleepiness in my eyes, I'm like, I don't want to go back to sleep. Like, there's still a little bit of tiredness feeling in my body just from physical exercise and things from the last few days. Oh my god, right now I'm feeling like that sleepiness energy, that lethargic energy from whatever was left over, whatever was released during the night is moving on, is moving out. And then I feel differently within my energy. Like, I feel my body feels like it's buzzing. My heart feels like it's just like 10 times bigger. Like, there's not enough room in my body. And it just like feels so full, so empowered, and unguarded in a way. And there might be a little bit of guardiness, but it's like, and it's just such a different paradigm from before. And I don't even want to go back. Like, even I don't even want to think about it, because when I think about it, I can feel myself shrinking. I can feel myself like going back to that frequency. So I'm like, no, I'm here now in this moment and just enjoying. Like, I'm smiling much more. I'm just feeling joy. And even in things come up where I'm like, I'm not really feeling wanting to do this right now, and sometimes it's like you do something a little different just to get around that energy block. Sometimes I feel like I can change to playfulness of like, how can I change how I think about this task into something that I can play with? How can I make it into a game? How can I bring fun to this? And sometimes it's really weird things. I had to compress some gravel. It's this big machine just the other day, and I was like, I don't want to do that. That's like moving gravel, shoveling, and then like doing this vibrating compressor. And I was just like, how can we make it fun? And then I ended up like doing infinity symbols on the, instead of like going back and forth and like making circles, and just like I got it finished. I got it done the way it needed to be done in the end, but I allow myself to have fun by switching my mindset around it. And I'm not there all the time. Like, it's definitely in progress. Mind switch, perspective switch for me. And I've had it so deep of like work all the time. What's next? What's on the to-do list? Like, what's most important? What do I need to do? Like, everything was surrounded of work. I need to eat so I can work. I need to sleep so I can work. I need to like sometimes decompress so I can get back to work. And just such a workaholic energy even within my family, from my parents and my ancestors, and everybody's just such crazy workers. And in the past, I was like work and play. I like work my regular hours during the day, and then I play all evening and weekends. And somehow that just, the play just disappeared, and it just became so much work. And now we're like, we still have to do work, but how can we transform it into play? And that is happening more and more. And even as I'm expanding into different fields, like I am developing my own unique form of energy / body treatment practice for myself and others. It's really neat as how it's like coming through and how it's shifting and changing every time I practice with a friend of mine. But I'm like, he's a massage therapist and he calls it working. And I was just like, no, you're letting me play. You're letting me help you and support you through my play. And it's just so much fun to shift in that energy. And part of me still feels like I'm like, I don't know, I'm not that I'm doing something wrong, but I'm like, I'm having so much fun. Like, am I even allowed to have this much fun? Like, I'm just feeling so much excitement to do things that, other people would consider work. And I think that's part of like being in this frequency of joy, of bliss, of just excitement and exhilaration, and just cannot wait for the next thing. Just like almost feeling like I'm jumping up and down. I feel like I'm a kid that's like getting to go on play dates all the time. Like, what's next? Like, who do I get to play with next? And even like having to get ready for a play date, not getting ready for work. I get to go play. And that is so fun and so exciting. And I hope that you get to feel this too, that you get to like take my spark, take that, and just allow yourself to feel and have fun, to feel the joy, not the to-do or the how or what or why, just breathing and feeling and having that excitement, that joy coming through you. And yes, sometimes things come up where you're like, this isn't feeling good, but you get that crap out of the way and then allow that space to be the fun and joy and love that you're meant to be in. This is how we're meant to live, in this heaven on earth, in this joy, in this love, in this constant frequency of being high on life. And it's just, I could just keep talking and keep sharing just about how much fun this is. And this is so new for me as well. I remember a couple months ago someone talking about just wanting to have fun, not wanting to know any of the difficulties or the struggles or anything in other people's relationships. They just wanted to have a good time, have fun. And I looked at them and I was just like, are you even allowed to do that? Like, it felt really uncomfortable at the time within me to have them say this. And I was like, well, I'm not in that frequency. Like, at the time I felt uncomfortable with the situation that I was in. I mean, I was willing to experience it and see what would unfold from it, because it was new, it was different. And my inner ego Virgo human self is like, no, I want structure, I want sameness, like I want to know what's going to happen next, what's going to be here. And I am switching from external structure to internal structure, where it doesn't matter so much anymore what's happening out there, because I have my structure in here. I have my heart space, I have my 0 point, I have my excitement, my joy, like my inner guidance. And I have like my grounding to the planet, to my cosmic point, and I'm just like, I'm doing my embodiment meditations in the mornings, and I probably need to doing them throughout the days more now too, just to like keep coming back to the structure that I've developed, that I've created, to these habits that help me to be grounded and in peace within myself, so that no matter what happens out there, I am in my comfort zone in here and excited for more, excited for the unknown, because the unknown can happen because I am grounded within myself. I'm grounded within my 0 point. And I love that I get to share this with you guys, because this, I hadn't even realized in these words, in this way, that this is what I'm doing. This is how I'm changing and meeting my needs of security and groundedness and knowingness, of like being in my space, in my energy, where I don't necessarily need the physical sameness or structure security, but I'm having my energetic structure and security within myself. And then that reflects whenever, whatever, outside. And it's just such an aha moment, even for myself right now, of like, oh, that's how it's switching, that's how it's changing, that's how I'm like living differently, living in that possibility of the unknown, even though my design needs structure, needs knowingness. But when I bring that with me to whatever I do, it doesn't matter what I do, or whether it's new or familiar or what, because I have it already here. And this feels so good. This feels so amazing. And I can just, talking about it, I can feel it expanding, of like, oh, this is my space. This is my here. This is my now. This is my center. Like, oh, okay. Let's just breathing that in, I'm just, you guys can go. I'm just gonna stay here a little bit. You can stay, breathe with me if you feel called to. Just like breathe in this energy. Like, just like all the way down to your toes and up and out. I'm just like, ooh, this is my space. This is this is my point of full potential, of like, where are we gonna go next? What are we just like feel and embody and be here now? It's just I don't even feel like I need to do anything. I'm just here. It's so fun. It's like I want to jump up and down, but I'm sitting like, in a big bed, and I'm not going anywhere right now. I'm just gonna like sit, apparently release, breathe. My human self like, what are you doing? No one's gonna want to see this. No one's gonna want this. It's just like, no, you're people love this. Like, I love this. Being in this energy, like, being in this now moment, like this frequency, and being able to share it, like, I don't have that many people in my physical world yet. There's more and more who are also expanding in their own timeline, who are coming more into my frequency space. But they also need to like adjust, right? on their own journey to their own desired frequencies. So it is so amazing to be able to share through technology, and just like having a timestamp of like this now moment, and then you watching this and feeling this in your now moment, and like we're connecting over time. And it's just like, you know, as we light each other up, as we like resonate with each other, as you share your journey, as I'm sharing my journey, as I'm listening to somebody else's journey, it's just like we're all like pinging off each other, you know, we're all sharing into this frequency. And some of us sometimes may feel down, and then we're like, oh, we can like tune into somebody else and like help us bring up, and then we bring somebody else up, and it's like that's how it's gonna, how it is happening, not just going, this is how it is happening, how we're expanding the frequency of the planet. And that's partially why we're so spread out, because it's like, you know, if we're all clustered together, then, you know, it'd be like one big frequency expansion, and then it would take a long time to get around everywhere. So that's why you're like all over the planet. And then as we're individually like expanding that light, it's like, you know, that going all over, expanding. And then as that expansion happens, as we empower the planet, you know, there's Gaia ceremonies on the channel too, if you want to be part of that. So much fun. But yeah, you know, as we're expanding, as we're evolving, as we're becoming into our now 3D, 5D, what, into our now beingness, you know, dimensions are just words. They're just human mind labels. It's really just about being in your presence, being with you, with yourself in this now moment, and taking that with you throughout your day, you know. And if you forget, it's okay. You just turn on that now moment with your breath. And that's why we're asking you to breathe deeply all the time, so that you can connect that feeling of the now, of the 0 point, to your breath. Deep breathing. And then you breathe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times, whatever it takes to like, oh, okay, I can shake everything else off, and I can expand that energy that's always here. I've just, you know, hid it from myself, from others. I can expand that. And then that expansion allows you to like, you know, change the frequency of everything that it touches, that it goes through, that it moves through. And then you're back here, back in your now, back in your 0 point. And it's just, wow. This is so good. This is so amazing. It's just, when I met my fiance, it's like on our first date, he got to talk to his best friend that he was living with, and he's like, so is she like us? Does she you know, take cannabis? And he was like, no, she doesn't have to. She's already high all the time. And that's what I feel like. I am just high on life all the time. And, you know, I don't care anymore what others think about that. I'm just like, this is how I'm gonna live. This is how I am living. And I'm gonna do the silly puns because my higher source in me loves them. I'm gonna do the the sensual loving embodiment because a body just enjoys being loved. There's a reason why we have our senses. There's a reason why we have our bodies. So that we can express that energetic love into the physical as well. Even just to ourselves and between others. It's just like, oh, so good. So good, so good. And it's just even like beyond gratitude. I'm just like, I am so excited for what's coming next. I am so, it could just even be sitting down and having breakfast. Like, I'm so excited to like taste something, to like have it feel how it's like going down. It's just like I can't even express in words right now. I'm gonna have such a fun day, and not just a day. I'm gonna have such a fun life, and I'm gonna just tune in with you guys and share what inspires me to share. And it's just this is it. This is what makes life magical. Not just worth living, but magical. This is what allows miracles to happen. This is what it means to be superhuman. To be in the now, in this frequency. Like, this is what source. And I'm like, I feel like I'm doing both. I'm like channeling and talking for my me self at the same time. So it's like, am I saying we? Am I saying I? It's just like, it's all a collective at this moment. And I think that is, and I feel also that is part of this, is to be like co-creating all the time from your 0 point. It's just so good. I want you all to have this. And this is the excitement Courtney feels. This is the excitement a lot of you others feel. It's just like, this is so good. And I'm just like, I feel like Courtney has just, I want to create space so that all of you guys who aren't necessarily aligned with some of these spaces, to be able to come together and have this connection, have this space. I don't even know how I'm gonna do it, or when, or what, or like, I have like this idea that was planted yesterday. I know source was like, we just like hinted, and yesterday they were just like, you know this was gonna happen. We showed you. You saw the future visions. You just here's the seed. And I was just like, it's my job to plant it in my heart, in the collective. Folks, life is crazier and more magical than you can even imagine. There's so much I have felt and seen and caught glimpses of and like had downloads for or from, and it's just like I don't even know where to start sometimes, other than like I'm just gonna embody this energy. And I'm gonna follow my excitement. And I think with that, I'm gonna let you guys go for today, let myself go for today, and enjoy some amazing food and some movement, and see where my day goes next. Love y'all. Bye for now.